Hola, buenos días. Es Nico. So today, I'm a little more fresh-faced and tired and rushed because I have to go open the store today because my boss needed me to do whatever the fuck. That doesn't matter. That's not what you bitches are here for. Essentially, today we're going to be talking about people that aren't emotionally ready to become attached to somebody. Essentially, casual daters should date casual daters. And this is spurred by a tweet that I saw that piqued my interest just because I understood where they were coming from, but it wasn't necessarily painting it in a bad light, in my opinion. Seeing as how this person essentially said that people know that they aren't ready to emotionally connect with somebody, so they tend to prefer dating other people who are emotionally disconnected in a casual sense, rather than accepting the genuineness of someone that is ready to actually invest more into the relationship, because they are easier to drop and disconnect from if you're just casually dating. And he's saying that the issue is that you guys aren't willing to admit that you're not ready to actually invest in somebody and that this isn't healthy, etc., etc. So what I want to say in retort to that is just, I would think that it would be preferable that if you know that you're not emotionally ready to connect and invest in a long-term relationship with somebody, that you're upfront with people so that you don't waste their time. Like, I saw other people making the same comment of, I don't really see the issue, just because if you know that you're not in the emotional state to truly invest in a long-term relationship, if you tell somebody I am looking to casually date and they are also receptive to the idea of casually dating, then that should be preferable rather than leading somebody on and wasting somebody's time when you know that you're not ready. And I completely agree with that. I remember I made a video on casual dating and bitches came on here and they're like, oh, you sound so unintelligent and you sound so blah, 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 blah. It was a bunch of lonely bitches. Let me say that. Because what I said was not controversial in the slightest, but that was the most heat I had gotten from my earlier YouTube videos, just because I said it is okay to casually date. And if you want to date casually multiple people, then that's perfectly fine, as long as you're not sexually active with all of them. And even if you are, as long as you're either honest or protecting yourself, that shouldn't really matter. If you are upfront about casually dating, then there's not an issue. Seeing as how, Nico, what do you consider casually dating? Casually getting to know somebody without the added stress and impression that is going to evolve into something, and bitch, I'm running out of time, that is going to evolve into something more serious, such as a relationship, wedding, etc. And I definitely understand the ground point of, why would I actively date somebody if I'm not going to be moving towards a final goalpost? As in, why would I go on casual dates with you if we don't intend to become a relationship at the end of it? And I completely understand that, but for me, for example, I'm at the point in my life where I've done actual investing and dating, and I personally just don't have the energy and or time to restart that immediately. So casual dates and or getting to know some people casually works for me. As in, I don't actively sleep with them. I talk to people. It's basically just communication with the occasional flirtatious text, because I don't sleep with these people. We just text occasionally throughout the day. We occasionally go see a movie, stuff like that. Like, it's very low maintenance and it's very low pressure, because you're not going, well, what are we? What are we moving towards? What's the next goal step? Because I've been through that and it's stressful. Y'all have heard me talk about those scenarios that I've been through and the dating situations and how they've turned out. And honestly, they were learning experience to discover what I actually need from a relationship. Sorry, my phone ran out of space, so I had to restart the video. Essentially, growing experiences for what I need in a relationship. But as of now, I'm not actively seeking that, just because I'm too busy. Speaking of too busy, I'm late, so I have to go. But definitely drop your opinions. Do you think that it's preferred that if you want to casually date, that you should be upfront and date other people who also want to casually date? Do you think that people need to just strap up by their bootstraps and, you know, grow emotionally to the point that they are ready to settle down and invest in the person that seems more genuine, etc., even though they aren't in the right mind frame. Because it's this tweet, I understand what it's saying. So I'm not going to misconstrue it. But it's more so, I would think that it would be preferred that people who aren't ready to take on a serious relationship would just casually date each other, rather than you being upset that they don't want to turn their casual dating of you into a serious relationship. Because at the end of the day, you can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do. And I mean, that's genuine. I mean, that's we could definitely open this up to a broader spectrum of the dating landscape as of now. But I do not have the time today. And that seems like a video for another day. Don't even come up in here with the, oh, you're so unintelligent because you casually date. Bitch, you should probably casually date. My thing is, if you are actively having issues with securing a relationship, quote unquote, with somebody in a more serious way, I would definitely advocate for casually dating. Because a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience with actual dating go in going, this is gonna be my husband and I gotta make this work and it's gonna be great. We had great text conversations. We had a great first date. We're gonna be together. If you just take yourself out of that mind frame, there will be a lot less pressure and you'll actually be able to casually enjoy the person and eventually evolve into a relationship if it goes there. And this is me speaking from experience, bitch, because I used to be hectic about relationships as well. And as soon as I stopped stressing about it, it became a lot easier. In my personal experience, but I've also had a lot of experience dating. But that's just my opinion, as always. But yeah, definitely drop down your opinions in the comments below. And I gotta go because I'm gonna be late and I'm gonna get in trouble. And once again, a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon and a quick shout out to my third eye tier patrons. Your support means everything to me and helps me do this a lot more smoothly. I will also be listing this week's live stream topic in case anybody wants to join in on the fun. I will see you guys there.